Peace and blessings. So, for this video, I want to state my position on this upcoming presidential election. As you all know, I did a couple of videos actually, about Donald Trump and how I don't support Donald Trump. The last thing in the world that I would like to see is Donald Trump being elected president of the United States. I don't want to see that man elected. But with that being said, I also do not support Joe Biden. And I'm going to tell you why I don't support Joe Biden. And it's mainly one issue, but this issue is very important. And that's based on his position dealing with the situation in Gaza. This man has refused to call for a ceasefire. This man continues to sponsor and support Israeli terrorism against the people in Gaza. Continues to support giving Israel weapons, giving Israel resources that are in fact used to perpetuate outright genocide in Gaza, where you have thousands upon thousands of innocent children being unalived at the hands of Israel, where you have thousands upon thousands of innocent women and men unalived at the hands of Israel. You have thousands upon thousands of people without bare necessities. Their homes are being destroyed. Their mosques are being destroyed. Their hospitals are being destroyed. They are without food, without water, without adequate medicine, and many people are being unalived as a result of disease as well. And all of this atrocity, all of this calamity, all of this violence is being sponsored by the United States government under Joe Biden. And I can't stand by and support that kind of genocide that's unfolding over there. And I refuse to do so. I refuse to be a hostage to the Democratic Party, where I feel, where we feel the need to support these Democrats no matter what they do. You cannot call yourself a progressive as you sponsor Israeli terrorism against Palestinian people. Last night, I was watching the news and I saw a report about all these Israeli military personnel joking about the violence that they are committing against the Palestinian people. And I will hopefully be able to find a link to that particular story and post it in the comments so that you can view it for yourself. If not, I will also try to see if I can screen capture that footage and put it on my channel so you can see it for yourself. They're joking about the violence. They film themselves blowing up mosques, blowing up houses, and they think it's hilarious. This is what U.S. tax dollars are doing. This is what U.S. tax dollars are supporting. And it's really sickening to see people try to dismiss this issue and basically try to pressure individuals to continue to support an administration that is sponsoring terrorism against the Palestinian people. This is not just about, Israel versus Hamas. It's about Israel versus the people of Gaza, because most of the people dying are not the terrorists. Most of the people dying are not Hamas. Most of the people dying over there are innocent civilians. And just about half of them are innocent children that have absolutely nothing to do with this conflict. So it's easy to point to an individual and talk about how that individual is doing wrong, but it takes more to call for a ceasefire. And that's what everyone needs to be about, calling for a ceasefire. At some point, principle is more important than pragmatism. People want to basically talk about how you only have two parties, and that's a fact in this country, two dominant parties. But they are not your only choice. And I know about electability. I understand that it's difficult, if not impossible, to elect a third-party candidate. But our elders did not die so that we could support a man that is sponsoring genocide abroad. You know, people didn't go to jail so that we could vote for a man that's sponsoring genocide abroad. That's not what we were fighting for. That's not what our elders and our ancestors were fighting for when they were fighting for the right to vote. We don't have to vote for a man that supported genocide. And I refuse to. I refuse to be on the wrong side of history. I refuse to. And, you know, people always talk about like what they would have done during certain times. Now is the time to speak out about this issue. You know, Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. What is going on in Gaza is an injustice that needs to be condemned. And I refuse to turn a blind eye to what's happening over there. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are not the only candidates for president. You know, despite the issue of electability, I'm voting my conscience. I can't tell other people how to vote, but I refuse to vote for genocide. I refuse to vote for an administration that is, you know, refuses to call for a ceasefire. I refuse to support an administration that continues to sponsor that atrocity that's unfolding over there, that genocide that's unfolding over there.